Folks, some sellers are so lost. I'll get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending July the 10th, 2024. You know, I consider myself a pretty good negotiator. I'll tell you what's the toughest other person for me to negotiate against is someone who has absolutely no logic to their argument. What they say makes no sense to nobody except them. And what's worse is the other party actually believes what they're saying. How do you try to get them to understand? Like, you can't. I don't know. That's the person I struggle with. And the reason I'm bringing this up is we recently, for one of our buyer clients, tried to buy a property that's listed for 1.9. Now, nothing in that immediate neighborhood has sold for more than 1.8 the whole year. Now, there's an argument if the home that we tried to buy has so many more features, more updates, and it should be, in that sense, a superior home to what's sold. So 1.9 would make sense, but it's not the case. In fact, there are some inferior features about the home. So 1.8 for the home we tried to buy would kind of be maybe paying a little bit of a premium. But it's blatantly obvious. There's properties that have sold on the street, the same square footage, same or similar floor plan. It's a subdivision. We put in an offer, and the other side, either the listing agent or the seller, I mean, I'm speaking directly with the listing agent, and the argument back is, no, 1.9 is what this home should sell for. And I'm like, what? How? Why? It makes no sense. So I asked them, I said, you know, after going back and forth and me sending examples, well, this is what we're basing our price on. I asked, okay, so do me a favor, like just give me your reason, like send me something in an email. Show me the properties you're comparing to. I asked for stuff so I can see, I'd have an argument to go back to my client and say, you know, here's why they feel it's that price, but here's what I think. They were sending me properties that were nowhere near the neighborhood. They were sending me properties that sold a year and a half ago. So they're choosing to ignore what sold last week and the week before on their street, and their focus is what sold a year ago. How do you try to, like, this makes no sense. I'm even frustrated talking to you about this. So let me just cut this short. Sellers, look, just because you want a certain price doesn't mean you're going to get it. It doesn't even matter what you feel. Try to put a bit of logic into your pricing. Try to hire a realtor that's going to tell you the truth when it comes to what your home should sell for. Now, you don't have to sell. If you don't like that price, don't go on the market, or try a little bit higher if you want. But understand, it's going to be you and the buyer that are going to have to agree on a price. And if no buyers are coming to your price, you're probably at the wrong price. It's your house. You could do whatever you want as the seller. But at least know the reality of what makes sense price-wise. So you know, even if you try for a higher price, you may have to come down to a more realistic price at some point. But there should be some logic in that. You can't ignore what's happening now and focus on what happened in the past. We're here today. We don't know what's happening tomorrow, but if you're on the market today, we have a pretty good idea of where prices are right now. If you feel this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, pricing, up here there's a link to my calendar. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Here we go, folks. We're going to take a close look at Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham detached properties. This chart is just summarizing, and I've got them in order here. Markham, order as far as average sold prices go. Markham, Vaughan, Richmond Hill. Overall, for all three cities, average price has been trending down. This is average sold price, has been trending down for the last few weeks now. We're going to start off with Vaughan. 20 detached properties were sold, so sales are coming down. Only one property sold at $2 million or more, which is the only time we saw one was first week of January, and that was between Christmas and the January area. So one. After that, it's been more, but we're back down to one property selling at $2 million or more. 20 were sold. Average sold price has been coming down. We're now at $1,634,000. 1,634 is 6% lower year over year. The median price is 11% lower. The dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. If we go back a little bit, average price and median price kind of look like they were trending up. But since just before middle of June, average prices have been trending down. 20 were sold, 40% sold at list price or more. Listings did jump up a bit, and active listings, the amount of properties available for sale, that's continuing to trend upwards. Months of inventory trending up. So as months of inventory goes up, prices come down. Here's Richmond Hill. 13 detached properties were sold. Sales are trending down in Richmond Hill as well as Vaughan. 4 of them were sold at $2 million or more. That's also much lower than it normally is. Average sold price coming down to now, it's at $1,902,000. So average price, almost, it's still over 1.9 million. So 1,902,000, 1,902, 8% higher year over year. The median price is 7% higher. 54% of the 13 properties that sold, 54%, more than half sold at list price or more. Listings also higher from the previous week. Active listings is trending up. Months of inventory shooting way up there. Here's Markham. Sales hasn't changed much in Markham over the last 2 months. 23 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price way down over the previous week to $1,610,000. I would not put a lot of stock into that being the new average sold price. We have been much higher, and this is the second lowest average price of the year. It's really the combination of the properties that sold that has brought the average price that low. 1,610 is 1% higher than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 13% lower than where we were this time a year ago. And that explains why average sold price dropped as much as it did. The median price was normally 1.6.5, 1.7.5. I would say that 1.8 is a bit abnormal, just as 1.475 as the median price is abnormal. But 1.6.5, 1.7.5 is more normal, and that's why average sold price is way down. 23 were sold, we said 61% of those sold at list price or more. Listings down from the previous week. Active listings has been trending up, but this 1 week it's down a little bit. Months of inventory, 3.4 months of inventory. It is down slightly from the previous week, but overall has been trending up. Here's a quick summary. Pretty much you're gonna experience either a balanced market or a buyer's market, but predominantly you're gonna be exposed to, if you're buying a detached properties across York region, it's gonna be balanced, sometimes a buyer's market. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.